はい、こんにちは。今、ちょっと風邪をひいている。すみません。何時ですか？何時？8時、8時半ぐらい、ちょっとぐらい。something I thought that I would do now that I have a cold and it's very difficult for me to speak. I did not know that Genki, which is a textbook that I use for my classes, for my language class, I didn't realize that the audio app that has all of the audio files that go with it, which is amazing. Remember when we had to use CDs for this kind of stuff? Anyway, the audio app that goes with the Genki series, I didn't realize that all of the dialogues at the start of each chapter also has an audio file where it has you repeat each of the lines of dialogue, which I think is amazing and probably would have been helpful far sooner for me. Currently, I'm in Genki 2 on chapter 16 in class. However, something that I would like to do is go back all the way to Genki 1, and I would like to practice doing the dialogue repeat. So, if I remember correctly, lesson 1 is simply こんにちは。私は何々です。Or 私の名前は何々です。Like something very, very easy because the very first grammar that you learn is X wa Y desu. So the reason why I think that this is a good exercise is because it's very hard to find good shadowing practice. I mean, with a little bit of elbow grease and wherewithal, you could make a shadowing practice for yourself if you maybe find some resources, or maybe some Japanese TV shows. And what you do is you slow them down or pause them, or I don't know, you have to do a little bit of work to make it easy to shadow. So it's nice that the Genki series has shadowable audio files. So I'm going to try and put this loud enough that my microphone can pick it up so you can listen along as well. But essentially this works the same as Pimsleur now that I think about it, where you just listen to the dialogue and repeat it. Pimsleur is great shadowing practice, by the way. I do recommend it. But anyway, let's try Genki 1, Lesson 1 dialogue. Repeat.
Please repeat each phrase. こんにちは。
こんにちは。
木村武史です。
木村拓司です。Ooh, that was difficult.
メアリーハートです。
メアリーハートです。
留学生ですか？
留学生ですか？
いいえ、
いいえ、
日本人です。
日本人です。
そうですか。
そうですか。
何年生ですか？
何年生ですか？
4年生です。
4年生です。Okay, so the two main characters of Genki are Takeshi and Meari. And it's actually really funny to follow their story because I did Genki 1 a very long time ago. And I remember Takeshi trying desperately to date Meari. And the lesson was trying to turn somebody down gently or express to them that you can't meet, when you're trying to say, chotto. And then all of a sudden, fast forward to this year, when I tested into the Genki 2 series for my class, I had no idea what happened in the rest of the Genki 1 book. But in Genki 2, all of a sudden they're dating and they're getting ready to get married, and Takashi wants to propose. And I'm like, what the hell happened in between Takeshi, ちょっと、デートは、and now all of a sudden, 結婚したい! Like, they want to get married out of nowhere. Anyway, so Takeshi and Meiri, they're introducing themselves to each other for the first time. Meiri says, are you an international student? Or what is that, a foreign exchange student? And he says, no, I'm Japanese. And she's like, oh, what year are you? And he says, Yonen Seidas, which is 4th year. Whoa, now that I think about it, I didn't even realize that they were students. Wait, are they daigakuse? I need to listen to this again. Let's do it again.
Please repeat each phrase. こんにちは。
こんにちは。
木村武史です。
木村武史です。
メアリーハートです。
メアリーハートです。
留学生ですか？
入学生ですか？
いいえ、
いいえ、
日本人です。
日本人です。
そうですか。
そうですか。
何年生ですか？
何年生ですか？
4年生です。
4年生です。Nice. Okay. Let's see if we can say it at the same time as them. I also sped it up slightly. Let's go.
Please repeat each phrase. こんにちは。
こんにちは。
木村武史です。
木村武史です。メアリー
メアリー
ハート
ハートで
です。Yes. You, 留学生ですか？いいえ、
いいえ、
いいえ、
日本人です。
日本人です。
そうですか。
何
年
年生
生ですす
でか？
か？
I knew it was coming. 4年生です。
4年生です。
4年生です。はい、OK. Nice job. I'm not going to try and get that any better than that. Okay, that was lovely. Let's try part 2 of the dialogue.
Please repeat each phrase.
Girl, chill.
はじめまして。
はじめまして。
メアリーハートです。
メアリーハートです。Wait, we just heard this.
アリゾナ大学の学生です。
アリゾナ大学の学生です。
2年生です。
2年生です。
専攻は日本語です。
専攻は日本語です。
19歳です。
19歳です。
よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。Hi, okay, so this was all about Mayari-san. And she says that she's from the University of Arizona. What'd she say? She was Ninensei? She's a second year. She's 19. So does that mean that Takeshi is fourth year Daigakuse? So he's probably like 22, 21, 22. 21, 22歳です。Good. So let's try one more time.
Please repeat each phrase.
はじめまして。
はじめまして。
メアリーハートです。
メアリーハートです。
アリゾナ大学の学生です。
アリゾナ大学の学生です。
2年生です。
2年生です。
専攻は日本語です。
専攻は日本語です。
19歳です。
19歳です。
よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。Okay, so I forgot that her major, senko, her major is Nihongo. So her whole major is just learning Japanese. So that was fun. Let me speed that one up too slightly and then see if I remember any of it on the spot.
Please repeat each phrase.
Yes. First one is hajimemashite.
はじめまして。
Nice. Meari hato desu.
ハートです。
See, I'm ahead of it.
ア
アリゾナ大学の学生です。
2年生です。
2年生です。
専
ここ
攻は
は日本語です。
19歳です。
19歳。I forgot her age there.
よろしくお
お
願い
願いします。Alright, I'm not going to try and make it tighter than that. I'm not doing like a Meari Hato no stage play out of this. I don't need to know the lines. Okay, so that was part 1 and part 2 of the chapter 1 dialogue. There are only 2 parts on this one, which is nice. Once you get too far into the second Genki book, there are multiple many parts, and they get far more complicated. I think that this is a really good exercise. I recommend it. I also recommend Pimsleur, just throwing that out there. Not an ad. Now that I think about it, using the Genki audio app is about the same as using Pimsleur. So I apologize for my voice. Once again, kaze o hiiteru sumimasen deshita. So, yeah. I forgot that I was a cat here. I just have it on my screen while I'm like looking at other things. All right, well, mata ne.